Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Sean from High Level coming at you. I want to give you a quick update on a new workflow feature. So you can see it on my screen because the workflow team does such an awesome job with these, but announcing Google My Business messaging actions in the workflow builder. So what does this mean? So for those of you who don't know what Google My Business messaging is, let's cover that real quick because I think this is perhaps the biggest change in all of Google for this entire year. I know that's a pretty big statement, but I'm very much convinced of it. If you go out to Google and you search down a business that has Google My Business messaging turned on, what you're going to see is instead of the traditional means of contact here, they've added this chat icon. So when you touch the chat icon, it's going to bring up an in-browser messaging experience where now you can actually communicate back and forth with the local business through messaging. And so those messages come into High Level, which is pretty awesome. But now we also want to do things like, for example, message back to those people using workflows so we can automate a lot of the communication out to the client. So let's jump back into High Level and take a look at how that would work. So let's go back into this particular flow and we can see if up here, instead of based on actually the contact tag or the trigger link here, let's add another one. And in this case, what we would say is, I probably should have just done a fresh one. Actually, let's do that real quick, just a sec. Okay, sorry about that. So new workflow trigger. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to say customer replied, and then I'm going to use an add filter, and I'm going to do a reply channel and GMB messaging. Now this was already in here, so we just say, let's just say new GMB message. So when I hit save, what's going to happen is we can now hit add. And when you do add an action over here on the right-hand side, you can see it says GMB messaging. So now imagine someone wrote in and said something like, yeah, hi, I'd like to get some more information or whatever it might be. You can decide what you're going to do. I'm a terrible copywriter, as everybody knows, but you might then want to automatically respond, hi, thanks for contacting us. Would you like to book, would you like to book an appointment? And imagine that if you did that, then you could actually then go from here and you could do all the cool intent trigger stuff. Like you could say, hey, wait until the person responds, or 10 minutes, whichever comes first. And then you can say, okay, save. And then at that point, oh, I missed a field here. Oh, sorry. And then you can actually respond to that Google My Business message. And then when that happens, you can then see, did they respond positively, yes or no? And you can kind of go through that flow. I don't want to take too much time to do it right here, of course. But then you can actually use that Google My Business message flow to then respond to people and start booking appointments. Or worst case scenario, you can just automatically respond to people on Google My Business. So I think this is an awesome addition to the Workflow Builder. Hats off to the Workflow Builder team on this. And just want to get this out so everybody knows. So I hope you're having a great Wednesday, and we'll talk later. Thanks.